Hi, I'm Jacob from Reef Factory, and today I'm going to show you how to configure KH Keeper Plus. KH Keeper Plus is a device for automatic and cyclic KH testing in seawater. It allows for automatic dose correction thanks to the combination of the KH Keeper and the dosing pump by means of automatic actions. Let's start with unpackaging the device. Your KH Keeper Plus package includes a main unit, a wastewater hose, a hose collecting water from the aquarium, thinner reagent tubing, filter for water intake from the aquarium, a filter mounting holder, reagent concentrate, pH 4 and pH 7 calibration fluid, scale for calibration, a magnet to reset the device, spare tubes, power supply with replaceable plugs. Assemble the power supply with a compatible plug, then connect the device to the power supply. The device will start up and the white LED will light up, indicating that the device requires configuration. Screw the filter holder with the screws provided. Install the filter in them and place in the sump. Connect all the hoses into the dedicated slots. Their description can be found on the housing of the device. The thicker hose, together with filter, plug into slot in. Make sure that the filter is fully below the water level. Connect the second, thicker tubing to the outslot and put its end in the sump or wastewater container. The thin tube is used to collect the reagent, connect it to the reagent slot and place the other end in the reagent container. Place the connected device in its final place. To prepare the reagent, we need RO water and the reagent concentrate selected in the proportion of 9 portions of RO to 1 portion of the concentrate. For the preparation and measuring of the solution, we can use measuring tubes with the appropriate capacity, or we can use a balance with the appropriate accuracy. Remember to measure out the appropriate amounts separately first and then combine them later. For the best precision of measurement, the reagent should be in a closed container that prevents water evaporation and must be mixed at least once a week. The device can be configured using a browser on a computer, laptop, tablet or a smartphone. In order to do that, we open the list of available devices on the Wi-Fi wireless network, then search for and connect to the network whose name corresponds to the serial number of the device. The serial number can be found on the back of the device and on the packaging. The serial number pattern is the abbreviation of the company name, device name and a string of 12 digits. A password is required to connect to the device's network. The standard password is Reef Factory with lowercase and no spaces. If, when connecting to the Wi-Fi network, the device pops up with a message that there is no internet access, select the Connect Anyway option. On the very same device, we open a web browser and enter khkeeper.io in the website address field. If such a message appears on the screen after entering the correct website address, it means that the connection with the device has not been established and the connection to your home internet network is still active. Please remember that during the direct connection to the device's Wi-Fi network and initial configuration, your phone or computer will lose access to the internet. Please notice that Reef Factory devices only support 2.4 GHz networks. Set up your device in 5 easy steps. Step 1. Select the language in which you want to use the device. Step 2. Set the KH value range appropriate for your tank, by default from 7 to 8. By clicking and holding the red dots and moving them left or right, set the minimum and maximum KH values appropriate for your tank. When the key H value is below or above the range defined in this way, the device will notify you immediately. The range scale changes automatically and adjusts its size to the selected values. The measurement is performed with an accuracy of 2 decimal places, for example 0.01 dkh. This can be changed at any time after the setup is complete. Step 3. Connect the device to your home Wi-Fi network. Select the appropriate network and enter the password it is secured with. When KeyHKeeper Plus successfully connects to your Wi-Fi wireless network, the IP address assigned to your device will appear in the upper left corner of the screen. This is information that the connection to the Wi-Fi network was successful. Step 4. Log in to the Smart Reef system by entering your login and password, or if you do not have an account yet, select Create a free account. And finally, step 5. Congratulations, the device configuration process is complete. Click Finish to complete the configuration process. Please pay attention to the icons in the upper right corner of the screen. There should be green icons next to the Wi-Fi and Smart Reef icons to indicate a successful connection. If you see a red exclamation point next to one of them, it means that the device has lost the connection with the Wi-Fi or Smart Reef system. From now on, you can control the device via the Smart Reef app or at reeffactory.com. After completing the configuration, remember to disconnect your phone, tablet or computer from the Wi-Fi network of the device and connect to the home network to regain the internet access. Before the very first use, it is necessary to calibrate the pumps and the probe. To do this in the mobile application or in the device panel on reeffactory.com, you need to go to the device details view by clicking on it in the device list. In the lower right corner of the screen, you will find the device calibration function. Remember to calibrate immediately after installing a new device and always after changing the place of its installation, as well as after any change related to the elements connected to it. For example, after changing the length of the hoses or changing the filter, etc. The calibration process should be repeated periodically. According to the displayed messages, the device will prompt next calibration. Calibration consists of 3 steps, as it requires calibration of the pH probe and the 2 pumps. Before starting the calibration, we need to gain access to the inside of the device. In order to do this, grasp the black cover on both sides of the device, gently fold back and slide out the entire cover. Now let's start with calibrating the pH probe. Use the supplied pH 4 and pH 7 calibration fluids. Please note, the calibration fluids must be at a temperature of 25 degrees. If they have a different temperature, the calibration will not be successful. Gently pull the pH probe out of the slot and remove the plastic cover. Then rinse the probe in RO water, dry it with a lint-free towel or microfiber cloth and place it in pH 4 calibration liquid. In the application, select the device calibration menu, then begin calibration 4.00 and wait 5 minutes. If you want to make sure that the calibration with pH 4 was correct, use the accuracy test function in the pH probe calibration menu. If the displayed value is in the range of 3.95 to 4.05, it means that the calibration of the probe for pH 4 was successful and we can proceed to the next steps. If the value is out of this range, repeat the calibration. After calibrating the probe to pH 4, rinse the probe again in RO water, dry it as before, and place it in pH 7 calibration fluid. In the pH probe calibration menu, click Begin Calibration 7.00 and wait 5 minutes. Just as before, you can check the correctness of calibration by pressing Accuracy Test. The value should be between 6.95 and 7.05. otherwise, recalibrate with pH 7 liquid. If the probe calibration was successful, rinse and dry the probe, then place it back in the device slot. Calibration of the aquarium pump B. It is a pump that doses water from the aquarium in the amount of exactly 50 milliliters. This amount of water from the tank is required to correctly measure the KH value. Therefore, proper calibration of this pump is very important. After pressing the button Aquarium Pump B, additional functions will be displayed. To properly calibrate the pump, start with the Fill the Circuit function, which starts the pump for 15 seconds. Remove the tube from the device, use to feed water from the aquarium, place it in the container, and then press Fill the Circuit and repeat this action until the entire filter and the tube are full of water. There must be no air bubbles in the tubing. Drain the beaker with excess water and drain it. It is very important that any drop of water left in the beaker will negatively affect the calibration process. Then, place the drained beaker on the scale. Start and turn the device so that it reads 0.00. Then place the pump tube pouring the aquarium water into the beaker and start calibrating. On the screen you will see a message informing about the readiness to perform the calibration and the time when the pump will pour water from the aquarium. Just press Start to start the calibration. Check the amount of water in the vessel. Please note that the balance is displayed in grams and the calibration requires the fluid value in milliliters. To convert the value of the fluid from grams to milliliters, divide the value in grams by 1.026, the density of seawater. Enter the result in the menu of the device and click OK. To check if the pump is calibrated, empty and drain the beaker. Place the tube from pump B in the beaker, then select Accuracy Test from the calibration menu of Aquarium B pump. The screen will show the volume that will be pumped by the device during the accuracy test. Place the beaker on the scale, turn it and press Start. After pressing the button, the pump should pour 50 milliliters of the liquid with an accuracy of 0.5 milliliters. Note that the weight value is displayed in grams. To convert this value to milliliters, divide the displayed weight value by 1.026, which is a seawater density. If the converted value is outside the range of 49.5 to 50.5 milliliters, recalibrate this pump. Calibration of the reagent pump A. This is the reagent dosing pump. Correct and precise dosing of the reagent is crucial for the proper conduct of the measurement. After pressing the button Reagent Pump A, additional functions will appear. Place the end of the tubing with the venturi in the empty and drained vessel. Then select the Fill the Circuit function. Make sure that there are no air bubbles along the entire length of the tubing. When the entire system is full, empty and dry the vessel again. Then place it on the scale and turn it. Place the end of the tubing from the reagent pump and press Start Calibration. You will see a message on the screen informing you that the calibration is ready and the amount of the time the pump will fill with the reagent. To start the calibration, press the Start button. Check the amount of reagent in the vessel and enter the value from the balance in the application window. Remember, in this case, we do not recalculate the values. After performing the calibration, you can check its accuracy using the Accuracy Test function. After activating this option, a message describing the next steps will appear. Empty and dry the measuring cup. Put it on the scale, turn it and put the tube in it. Then click Start. After pressing the Start button, the pump should pour 5 milliliters of the liquid with an accuracy of plus or minus 0.05 milliliters. If the amount of fluid required is less or greater, it will be necessary to recalibrate pump A. Once all pumps and pH probes have been properly calibrated, put all components in place. Remember to put the mixing tablet in the beaker so that the tubes are inserted to the bottom of the beaker. The probe is mounted at the appropriate height and the end of the reagent hose is tightly inserted. When everything is in place, put the black cover back on. Gently grasp the black cover on both sides. Open it to the width of the device and slide it onto the device. Then, press it until you hear a click. After calibrating and assembling the device, take 2 measurements. The first test result may not be correct because the pH probe may contain residual RO water, air bubbles or pH calibration solution. And yet, congratulations! Your device has been calibrated properly. The empty option allows you to empty the beaker. The set reminder option allows you to set a reminder to periodically calibrate the device. In the lower left corner of the screen, you will find the settings option, which allows you to configure the functions related to the measurement. After pressing it, additional functions will appear. The Manual Test button activates the measurement function on demand. This means that when you press this button, the device starts measuring. The Reagent Amount button shows the amount of reagent remaining and the number of days remaining until it is used. After pressing it, a window will appear where you can enter the current amount of reagent after it has been replenished. During one measurement, the device uses from 5 to 15 milliliters of the reagent. This value depends on the level of KH in the tested water. The amount of reagent will be reduced by the amount used in each measurement, so you always know how much reagent is left in the container. This value also allows KHkeeper Plus to calculate the number of days remaining until the reagent is used up. 5 days before it runs out, the KHkeeper will let you know so you have time to refill it. The Wastewater button shows how much water has been withdrawn from the tank, and pressing it shows a message that allows you to reset the used water counter. The Waste Container button allows you to set the capacity of the water tank used during measurements. Pressing it brings up a window in which you can set the tank capacity so that the device can inform you about the need to empty it. The Settings button expands the additional configuration menu related to the KH measurement. The Adjust function allows you to adjust the measured KH value to the value obtained during another reference measurement. For example, if the KH value measured by the device differs significantly from the result of a measurement performed with another reference method, it is possible to enter the obtained reference value, which will cause the device to adjust its measurement to the given value. The Set Interval function allows you to define the time intervals during which the device will measure the KH value. Measurement always takes place on the hour. After pressing the button, an additional selection menu will appear on the screen, in which you can choose the interval from 1 to 12 hours. A non-standard option where we can individually select the hours and turn off when we want to turn off the automatic measurement. Remeasurement function allows you to perform automatic remeasurement when the difference between the last 2 measurements is greater than a specified value. After pressing the button, an additional field will appear on the screen where you can enter the difference value, which will automatically restart the measurement. If the value is still out of the specified range after remeasurement, the KHkeeper will notify you of the rapid change in the KH value. By activating the Return Water function, the water from the beaker will go back to the aquarium after the measurement. Turning it off will cause the water to go to the sewage or to an external waste container. Enabling this feature will return the water with the reagent back to the aquarium. The function is very useful when you do not have the possibility of pouring the water from the measurement into the wastewater container, or when you omit the rest performed in the aquarium with a small capacity. It also makes it possible to limit water loss and prevent sudden changes in salinity. The light function enables or disables the light signal related to the execution and the measurement result. Green color, the measurement is correct. Red color, the measurement is outside of the safe range. Blue color, during measurement. And white color, the device requires configuration. The mixer speed function allows you to select the operating mode of the magnetic stirrer. We recommend that you use a slowed blend mode. After selecting and confirming the selection, the stirrer will run for 10 seconds in order to stimulate the selected operating mode. Resetting the device to factory settings. It may happen that you forget the password to connect to the device or you want to reconfigure it. In this case, we need to restore the device to factory settings. To do this, we apply the magnet from the kit to the part of the housing of the KH Keeper Plus device with a sticker with the word Reset. Please note that after restoring your device to factory settings, you will need to set it up again. And that's it for the KH Keeper Plus setup. If we still haven't answered all your questions, please contact our technical support department via email support@reeffactory.com or via the support tab on the reeffactory.com website. If the video was useful to you, leave us thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content. And please remember to join our Reef Factory family on Facebook. See you later!